Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a very special day. It is the day that we are installing all of this. Okay, so basically what we're doing today is we're putting on the COBB 20G turbo. Also, all the fuel lines, we're going E85. I already got it tuned, getting tuned over by Brent Tuning, so stay tuned for that. But we should be making some good horsepower, and I got my buddy coming over, Seth. He's gonna be helping me out, so stick around. All right guys, so we're still working on the car. We got most of the intake manifold taken off here. You can see Seth is digging around in the engine. What's up, Seth? Well, so having trouble getting one of the bolts off on the downpipe for the turbo, but we'll get it off and show you guys some more progress as we get closer to putting the new stuff on, the new fuel system. Guys, so we're ending up having to make our own O-rings for these little caps that go over the fuel injectors, because trying to put them in, they break sometimes. You can kind of see just around the outside, we're using this stuff here, the black stuff. These are the little caps that go over the injectors, and once you bolt the fuel rail on, it'll be holding it down. This stuff dries pretty quick. So hopefully we don't have any issues, but I don't foresee any, because all it's doing is keeping pressure into the intake manifold. So anyway, just wanted to share that in case you guys run into the same problem. Check those O-rings, because I see people on YouTube just kind of snapping them in there, and I bet you they're actually cutting their O-rings and not realizing it. Quick update, guys, we have had success. We got the turbo unbolted from the car. Now we just got to take the oil feed lines, return lines, and the coolant return and feed lines off, and of course try to minimize spillage, and then we'll be able to get the new turbo installed and do everything in reverse order. But just so you can kind of see what we're at, where we're at. Turbo, there's 2 bolts down there attached to the up pipe, and there's one back here and one over on this side, and of course you've got the downpipe, which is already taken off. So a lot of progress. We're getting there. We're almost to the point where we can start putting everything back together, which will be the fun part. All right, catch you guys in a little bit.
A lot different. Just the intake. Like a pressure slide.
Oh man, this is a lot bigger. Yeah, the exhaust side. Nice,
beefier too.
Nice work, COBB. Good job on the turbo. All right, guys. Quick little update. Well, apparently COBB didn't send us one of the fuel lines, so we're missing line 1, which goes off of the fuel rail right there, and it's supposed to run back up and connect to the Y, which is right under there. So anyway, it's Sunday, so they're not open, so I'm gonna call COBB first thing in the morning. I already left them a message and try to see if I can swing down, drive 30 minutes to go pick up the missing fuel line. And I still got to put the downpipe back on. The turbo is installed. It's all bolted down. I've got the turbo inlet also, the COBB turbo inlet. I know the engine bay looks like a mess right now, but that's the beautiful COBB turbo. And I gotta get the downpipe like I said, and just put everything back together. So it's gonna have to happen either tomorrow or Wednesday, because my buddy doesn't have any other days to assist, and I definitely need the help because this is a lot and a little overwhelming for just one person. So, all right, stand by for more. All right, guys, so I went ahead and got the engine put back together. I have some help from my friend Seth, and he's a pro mechanic, so what do you expect? It's gonna work out good. He wasn't able to stick around last night after getting some of the last, touches installed. So the engine was still, we had the manifold on. He helped me with that and a few other things, but I buttoned up everything in the engine bay, got everything hooked back up. I just started, disconnected the crank position sensor and cranked the engine because we got this new COBB 20G turbo. So I had to run oil through it first before you actually start it to avoid doing damage to the engine. So I just did that. The oil light finally went off after doing it 3 times. And now I'm ready for the first start. So wish me luck. All right, so I went ahead and connected the crank position sensor, and I put the fuel pump fuse back into the fuse box. So there's going to be no fuel pressure in the system. So I'm going to have to probably turn it over a couple times. You can hear the fuel pump work. There we go. It's kind of making some weird sounds. A lot of air in the system because, all brand new COBB fuel system hoses, they're all new AN fittings. Sorry, my radar detector's going crazy. All right, I don't hear any more weird sounds. So this is gonna be the first start, guys. Wish me luck. And it's alive. Let me go check for leaks on the fuel system. All right, I'm gonna shut it off. Looks like we got a check engine light. We gotta see what that is. I figured out what the check engine light was. I forgot to plug in the camshaft position sensor. Let me show you where it's at because it's kind of hidden. And yeah, if you didn't know, with a check engine light that you had a problem, you would never see this connector. So it is located, you see these 2 hoses right here. I know it's kind of dark, but you got this hose goes into the, top of the engine, and you got the other hose. Right behind that, there is a connector, and you're not gonna be able to see it on this video, but it's right down in there. I was able to reach my hand through this way, find it, set it on the connector, and pop it in until it clicked. So hopefully I just reset the ECU. Hopefully I don't get any more check engine lights, but let's check it out because it's been 15 seconds since resetting the ECU. Here we go. Of course, every time you reset the ECU, you want to let the fuel pump pressurize, because it seems like if you try to start it, it's gonna and then finally start. So wish me luck a second time. I'm gonna just wait, let the ECU kind of read whatever it wants to read. And there we have it. So far, no check engine light. We've got stage 3, new COBB 20G turbo, flex fuel, and an E-tune. This is the first start since I paid for the E-tune. I'm going with Bren tuning, and you know, it's just happy to hear the car running again, because it's been down for almost a week now. Just trying to get all these things installed on the car. Big props and shout out to my buddy Seth. Dude, without him, I could not have done this by myself. I mean, I could have, but it would have taken me like 5 times as long. I would still be here 3 months later trying to figure out what's going on with the car. So next steps for the tune is to data log at idle for 2 minutes, and then after that, go ahead and do a very leisurely drive outside of boost. Of course, we don't want to be in boost for the initial data logging. So the tuner said go ahead and drive between 3,000 and 4,000 RPMs out of boost around the block, just to get a good baseline how the car is behaving. Send those 2 data logs to him, and then I'll be able to go out and do a wide open throttle pull in 4th gear. And once that's done, then I'll get my revision 1, do the same thing over and over until it's perfectly dialed in. Then we'll go ahead and get the flex fuel tune. Same thing, I'll put flex fuel in the car. Hopefully it's E85, but we'll see. You know, I heard in the wintertime sometimes they drop it down to like E65, but I'm hoping that the VP Racing gas station has some actual new fresh E85. It's not stale, hasn't been sitting in the tank for 6 months, but I'm super excited right now. So my car's running, no check engine lights. We did it. The car has been completely overhauled. So I'll give you my impressions when we get done, but the tuner said I should be getting roughly 100 to 120 horsepower over stock on E85 once this tune is all done. That's just an estimate, but that's what they're telling me. So that's crazy. Anyway, more to come. I just wanted to share this little quick update, and you know, troubleshooting, it's gonna happen, guys. You know, don't get discouraged. Just figure out what the problem is. As long as, you know, you're not out there trying to overboost your car. I did install all the parts necessary for stage 3, the boost controller, the fuel pressure sensor, all of that stuff. So everything should be working, and can't wait to hear back from the tuner once I get the data logs done. So appreciate you guys sticking around, and more drive by the seat of my pants videos coming soon.